Hello. This is not going to be a nice message. It's going to be an honest message. It's going to be a revealing message, right? It's going to be a revealing message. It's going to be a political message. It's going to be a non-political message. It'll be an identity message. Okay? So, as you all know, right, I have been, whoever follows me and whoever comes on my channel to get personal readings, you know I'm pretty much unbiased on whether you are Indian, whatever color you are, an Asian, whatever religion you are, right? I definitely have my views on religion and everything. But for the most part, if a person comes on my channel and I recognize that this is like a black person, I am not going to be racist, and I will not give you a reading based off of my prejudices, if I have any, towards any types of people, whether you're Christian, Muslim, Asian, Jewish, black, white, pink, red, yellow, green, orange. You will get an unbiased reading, and that is something that I try to do also when it comes to this other path that I'm going down, which is to read politically, to read readings based off of political characters in the political spectrum, right? And so, you know, bear with me, right? Bear with me for a minute. So, right. So I do have my political views. However, I try not to allow those political views to get in the way of the truth of what the cards are trying to say. When I do a reading, for instance, on Kamala Harris or Netanyahu or where is Joe Biden, you know, I try not to let my views interrupt the flow of the truth of what the cards and the energy is trying to convey, right? Because I recognize that if I do that, I will lose the message and the truth that are trying to be shown to me through the cards, through the spiritual energy, right? So that's one thing that you have to understand, okay? And another thing is that I noticed that, you know, people, you may unsubscribe according to my political readings, which is okay, because that's the path I'm going down, right? I'm going to be reading about political figures, what's going on in their life, and, you know, if I happen to read about the person's life, what the cards are telling me, who they are, what they're feeling, what they're doing, what they are involved in, whether the cards are telling me they're being truthful about something, whether they're being false about something, these are messages from the cards. And if you're going to call me racist in regard to somebody who I do a reading on, such as Kamala Harris, when I wasn't really even aware that she's actually a black person, you know, she's, to me, she looked Indian, right? And so, even if she's Indian, right, it doesn't make a difference. I look at the character, who she is. I have my opinion on her, as any human being would have an opinion on a person that is in the political arena. You know, there are people who are apolitical, and that's okay too, right? But the point I'm trying to get at is, if you don't like a reading, you can disagree with it, okay? And you don't need to call me racist, because I will tell you very clearly now that I'm a Jewish person, and as a Jewish person, I have experienced more racism and more bigotry than any of you people put together, okay? And I can say that with confidence because this is the Jewish experience, all right? Not to go on offensive or defensive, but another thing that really irritated me was when people come on my channel and because I did a reading on Kamala Harris, she decides to unsubscribe. That is okay too. You can unsubscribe. In fact, all of you, if you disagree with my political readings and my political stance, you can unsubscribe. And that's fine, okay? It's just money, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. You can disagree, right? I'm monetized, but if that's what happens, if that's the type of people you are, that's okay as well. You are allowed to disagree. You don't have to be subscribed to my channel. And the times when I come on my channel, right, to give a reading, a personal free reading, which, you know, I give of my own time and I enjoy giving readings to you because I enjoy giving advice and I enjoy helping people, right, regardless of your color, race, or creed, or your shape or your size. You know, like, if you can't appreciate that about me either, that's fine too. I'm not really here to, you know, like, it's nice that I got monetized on here, but, you know, it is what it is. I can't, you know, like, I can't please everybody. And I will have my opinions based off my political readings on the person that I'm reading about, you know, like, and also because the energy that the cards read, right, confirms my my intuition on who a human being is, right? So another thing is that, you know, there are lots of people that come. I have another channel, in case you don't know, right? And there I am very political. I am very blunt with my beliefs. This is more my channel where I like to give advice and help people, and I also, for fun, like to do political readings, right? So this is my channel, like Shmirchik Tipsy Tarot. My other channel is called Shmirchik Fesher's Corner, where I am very blunt on my views. I say exactly what I think, right? And sometimes things come out the wrong way, but I'm a human being, and you can go and see my views on there, on humanity, on religion, on everything, on Shmirchik Fesher's Corner, right? So what am I getting at, right? Another thing that I have to point out, which really bothered me, was that I'm, as a Jewish person, right, I am open with my identity. I tell you who I am. I grew up in an Orthodox Jewish home, Orthodox Jewish religious home, and as such I have the full Jewish experience, not to take away any Jewish experience away from those people who are secular. But what I'm saying is that we look Jewish, right? And I'm from that type of home, so I've been brought up with Judaism in my life. And what the point I'm getting at is that right now I live in Israel, right? So tying this all back into the political readings that I'm trying to speak to you about, right? I made Aliyah to the land of Israel, and I live in Israel, and Israel is made up of Jewish people and Muslim people and non-Jewish people as well. It's a great mixture of people, but the majority of people who live in Israel are Jewish, and there are people who are religious Jews, and there are people who are secular Jews, and there are Israeli Arabs, and there's a lot going on here, and it's a lot of what goes on here is not as simple as CNN likes to tell you. So what I'm trying to tell you is, somebody came on my channel and she made comments that I'm racist, which it bothers me a little bit because I'm a Jewish person and I wouldn't want to be racist to people, because as a Jew, we've been so shit on by everybody in the entire world for 2,000 years, right? They have defamed us, as they are doing now. The media has defamed the Jews in Israel and the Jewish people as an entirety, as a whole. And you will say to me, like this other person that came on my channel and said, oh, you are racist to Kamala Harris, and oh yeah, you are, she said something like, oh, you agree with genocide happening in Gaza, right? Now, I take offense to that because, first of all, the media tells you this is what's happening in Gaza when that's not the truth, okay? The media like CNN, MSNBC, and I live in Israel, so I'm living the life of the reality of the situation that's happening here. I was here on October 7, and so no one's going to tell me that the reality and the truth of the situation that I'm experiencing is propaganda, like this person liked to say. Right? So first this person, she goes and accuses me of being racist. So then I say to her, then she says something like, oh, she brings up politics, right? With because it was a political reading. She says something about Netanyahu. Oh, you probably agree on everything that Netanyahu does and says. You, even things that have been proven a lie, you believe that is the truth. You believe in propaganda. And then she says, yeah, I'm pro-Palestine, right? And she says to me, I said something like to the effect that, you know, in my experience, being a Jewish person and living amongst the African American community, my experience has not been, as a Jewish person, has not been the most positive living with our neighbors who are of African American people, right? They don't like Jewish people very much. They say things like, and I'm speaking from my heart, I'm speaking the truth of my lived experience, which is not propaganda. This is my lived experience as a Jewish person. The black community, they don't really take well to the Jewish people, right? They tell us we're pushing them out, right? The Jews do this and the Jews do that. And I won't go into other things as to their criminal behavior as well. inflicted on their Jewish neighbors because of Jew hatred. And this person who says that I'm racist, right? She comes on my channel and she tells me, oh yeah, she says something like, yeah, I mentioned to her about the black community being racist to the Jewish community, and she says something like, oh, that's not true. How can you make such a thing? How can you make such a statement? Both Jews and blacks have been slaves. We share the same type of history, which is, in fact, true. And if they understood this and realized this, then they wouldn't hate us as much. But somehow, this is the experience of the Jewish community versus the African American community, right? This is the reality, this is the experience, right? And it is what it is. But she makes claims to be not anti-Israel, to make claim to like Jews, yet she is pro-Palestine, right? Which, if you're pro-Palestine, if you understand the reality of the situation, right, it's that if you're pro-Palestine, what's happening in the Middle East, it's Muslims versus Jew, right? So if she's going to go and claim to be not a Jew hater, and she's going to say that Jews are doing genocide in Gaza and buying into the CNN narrative that we are murdering innocent Gazan civilians, is that not Jew hatred? Whose side is she on? Right? Jews in Israel versus Muslim Gazan terrorists. Which side are you on, right? You're going to claim that to be pro-Jews, right? Yet you're pro-Palestine. How does that make any sense? Does that make any sense to you? How does that not mess with your head a little bit? Like, there are Jews in Israel fighting against our enemy, who are the radical terrorist Muslims in Gaza, who on our high holiday killed 1,200 Jewish people, the biggest slaughter since the Holocaust. This is the truth of the matter. This is what happens. And when I come and say the truth about what the Muslims want to do to the Jewish people, they call that propaganda, right? Now, who is buying into propaganda now? It is those people who are pro-Palestine that believe the narrative, which is the propaganda that Jews are doing genocide in Gaza, when in fact it's the opposite. The Muslims in Gaza invaded a sovereign country, a powerful country. They invaded on our high holiday, Simchat Torah. This neighbor is out there. I'm getting very passionate about this because it makes no sense to me and it offends me. And Raspberry, it's okay. It's okay, Raspberry. I'm going to go over a little run about what happened to us on October 7th, regardless of what people say. Oh, it's been happening for 80 years, right? It's been happening. No, there is no excuse for genocide. There is no excuse to murder, rape, and pillage men, women, and children. There is no excuse to go in to somebody's home on a high holiday and to... Hey, Raspberry, shush. Come here. There's no excuse to go into anybody's home on a high holiday, on their high holiday, and burn them to death, rape them, rape mothers in front of their children, children in front of their mothers, rape fathers in front of their daughters. There is no excuse. There is no excuse for them to come in and do a genocide and kill everything and anything in sight. And if anybody tells you that that is not what happened on October 7th, that is propaganda, my friends. Because the truth is that the Gazans, they say they want to kill every single Jew. Every single Jew, wherever they are. They are genocidal maniacs. This is their teachings to their children. This is what they teach their children. That is the truth. And CNN and MSNBC and all the media, they try to play it down and say, no, that's not the truth. Oh, you're just spewing Israeli propaganda. When the truth is that the Muslims in Gaza are sworn enemy of the Jews. They want to murder us. They want to kill us wherever we are. That's what they say, and that's what they have done on October 7th. That's what they have demonstrated, right? So, it is not propaganda to say the truth that the Muslims in Gaza want to murder every single Jewish person down to the last. You have a hamster, they will kill it. If it's Israeli and Jewish. Hamster, dead. Rabbit, dead. They will kill your birds. They will kill your chickens. They will kill your livestock. Anything that has any connection to Jewish people. Okay, they are genocidal maniacs like the Nazis. Okay, and this person comes on my channel and says, oh, you believe in propaganda. Oh, you are, how can you believe in Trump when you're Jewish? He doesn't like Jews. Like, oh, you're buying into propaganda when this person is buying into propaganda from CNN and all those media outlets that are telling them that the truth of, they're lying about the truth of the situation, which is that we are living in Israel surrounded by enemies. Hezbollah, sworn enemy of the Jews that want to murder every single one of the Jews, the same as the Nazis, right? They have the same exact rhetoric, the same exact mentality, the same exact philosophy to murder every single Jew on the face of the earth. And this is what they want to do. And if you want to know where you can get real news about what the Arabs say on their television, I will show you. Are you ready? I will show you. And one more thing. If you think you can be pro-Palestine and like Jews at the same time, here's a little wake-up call. It's not possible. If you are pro-Palestine, you are anti-Jew and you hate Jews. So don't come on my channel and say, oh, the black people love the Jews, and then you're pro-Palestine. You take the side of the people that want to kill us, that are genociding us, that have genocided us on October 7th. If you want to know the truth is out there. Go look up on the internet what happened on October 7th to the Jews, right? Factual evidence that have been given. There is a 40-minute film that you can go and watch, right? Maybe I have to get you that information, okay? But the reason why I am going down in this rabbit hole is to say, anybody who's pro-Palestine that claims to like Jews, you are not someone who likes Jews. You hate Jews. You stand with our enemies who want to obliterate us and kill us. You stand with Nazis. That is who you are. So you do not like Jews. You're on the wrong side of history. You are with evil people who say it themselves that they want to murder Jews, and they're going to come after you next in America because there's something called Islamic supremacy where the Muslims want to make everybody Islamic, and that's what they say, okay? And the Jews are in the way, right? And they want to kill Jews because it's written in their Quran. It's a religious war that's happening in Israel. It's a religious war. It's an ideological war. This is a war of ideas. This is what it is. So if you can't get that through your mind and you think that you can like Jews and be pro-Palestine, I got news for you. If you are pro-Palestine, you like our enemies who want to murder us. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little bit of, I did a little thing here for you. I'm going to show you where you can find some news about the truth coming from Muslim TV, how they speak about the Jews. Okay, here we go. Palestinian Media Watch. Okay, go back. I have to connect again. I did a mistake, right? Did a little mistake. All right, and any of you who want to unsubscribe from my channel, unfollow me, go be my guest. Okay, so Palestinian Media Watch. You can go here. Go here. It's called palwatch.org. All right, palwatch.org. You can go and see exactly what's going on in Muslim media. They go keep track of the Islamic media, the child martyrdom cult of the Palestinian Authority. I once shared the view of Israel. This guy says, I once shared the view that Israel is a bully in the Middle East, but my worldview changed dramatically after a 1-hour presentation by Palestinian Media Watch. Canadian Minister Jason Kenney. Palestinian Authority recognition makes $8.99. It says all these things. Here you can get all the information about who the Muslims in Gaza really are and who the Muslims in the West Bank are and what their idea is about Jews and the West, about freedom of the West, how they want to kill gays and throw them off roofs, right? They are ideologically incompatible with any free society, and that is the truth. So if you're going to come on my channel and say you're pro-Palestine and you like Jews, it's like me saying, you know what it's like me saying? It's like me saying, yeah, I love dogs. I love eating them. I love them for dinner. I love dogs, and I love them with all my heart, but I also like to eat them. That's what you're saying. It makes no sense. See, here we go. You can go look, and you can call this propaganda, but this is from their television, from Muslim television, with the translation, and they will tell you exactly what they think of the Yahuds. Okay, so here, palwatch.org. Then we can show you another website. Maybe I'll put it in the description below where you can find real media, where you can see what's really going on within Israel and within Palestine, right? Kuwaiti Muslim Brotherhood leader Tariq al-Sawadin, October 7th awakened the Islamic Nation, which hit rock bottom in 1967, right? So they are really happy about what happened on October 7th, and they admit that they enjoy watching women getting raped, Jewish women. This is who they are, right? Here, memory.org/TV. I will put it down in the description below so you can go and look at real news media where you can get real information and not some bogus from CNN that they sell you that, oh, Israel's killing Palestinian children. That's not the truth, right? There's no genocide. Any children that are being killed in Islamic countries, in Gaza especially, are either being killed by the Muslims who put the children in harm's way on purpose, right? And it's a fact of war. Wake up, friends. It's a fact of war that people die in war, and that's how it is. Genocide is when you go intentionally to wipe out an entire ethnic group with the intention to kill an entire nation. That is what genocide is. It's not what they are telling you genocide is. What you are seeing here in Israel is war, and there are 1 million Israeli Jews that are displaced. They're refugees within Israel. They can't live in the north because Hezbollah is trying to kill us. They can't live down south because the Gazans were killed 1,200 of us there, and then there was a huge war, and they had to go collect the bodies, and the rockets coming in, right? And we have a war in the West Bank here, my neighbors here, that are blowing us up, you know? Like, if you go check on my other channel, you can follow what goes on in my life here in Israel, and I report on what goes on to the Jewish people in Israel by our Muslim neighbors. They're very nice people, right? Such lovely people. You want to live with them for sure, right? So here, memory.org.tv. Next, you can go to, wow, it really upset me. Really, really upset me. You can go to a lot of these. You want to get real news, you can go to the Daily Caller. You can go to Hamodia, it's Jewish news. You can go to Allgemeiner. You can go to camera.org, which is nonpartisan, right? And my channel, I speak about the truth on the ground. Freedom.news. Israel Today. You want to see Israeli news? You can go to Ynet News. Right? So I'll put in the description. And memory. Let's see what else there is. Let me show you what else there is. There's Israeli news. You can get local news here, not from the CNN, right, who don't like Jews. And you have to understand, if you're pro-Palestine, you don't like Jews, because Israel is made up of Jews, and it's a Jewish state, and it's a Jewish-run country, and Jewish people live here, and there are genocidal maniacs who want us dead, who want to do the same thing that Hitler has done to us. And in fact, Mein Kampf, Hitler's book, has been found in Gaza, in many of the homes in Gaza, when the Israeli soldiers had to go in there to weed out the terrorists. So, for those of you who are here for the truth, for those of you who don't hate me because I'm a Jewish person, welcome to my channel. Welcome to the truth. Okay? And I hope that all of you who believe in the propaganda of the Western media programming, they program your mind to believe certain things, I'm here to tell you that they have lied to you, and they have caused lots of damage to the Jewish people as a whole, and to the entire world, and to the Western societies. Okay? And for those of you who want to continue to watch my political readings, welcome. For those of you who want to leave my channel because of my political opinions, my political views, and for my identity as a Jewish person living in the Middle East, in Israel, next to Muslims who want to murder me, slit my throat, you can go fly a kite. You know? You're not welcome on my channel. You don't have to be on my channel. You don't have to be on my channel. And just remember, If you are pro-Palestine, you are anti-Jew. And that's a fact. Two cannot exist at once. It's a paradox. It's a walking contradiction. Okay? It's a walking contradiction. That's what you have to understand. So, without further ado, right? With that said, I hope you will choose truth over propaganda, which is CNN and the other media machine that have programmed your mind to think that Jews are doing open-air prison in Gaza, when in fact the entire Israel is an open-air prison because there's literally nowhere to go. I live here. This place, 4-hour drive from one side of Israel to the other. That's how big it is. It's smaller than New Jersey. Think about that. Think. Anyway, my other channel, Shmirchik Fetcher's Corner, where you will hear all of my opinions and all of my views, and you will follow my every single day life, right? And so, stop being a hypocrite, and that's my message to you. Stop being a hypocrite. Two things cannot exist at once. It's a paradox. You cannot like Jews and be pro-Palestine. It doesn't work. That's not how it works. And you can say, oh yeah, Kamala Harris is married to a Jew. What kind of Jew is she married to? A self-hating Jew. Somebody who I wouldn't trust. Her husband, who's Jewish, I would not trust him. Near any of my nieces and nephews, I wouldn't trust him. Because he has no self-respect, right? He doesn't like Israel, right? He is somebody like in the Nazi Germany, there were Jews who were considered, they were put as police. They were called the Judenrat. And they were, by the Nazis, told to police the Jews and do all the dirty work, right? And a lot of those people that were in charge, they were the Judenrat. They were like traitors, you know? They would do the dirty work, and some of them, they did it with gusto. They policed the other Jews, and they helped the Nazis take the other Jews into the gas chambers because they felt that they felt the power, they loved the power. But in the end, the Judenrat also got put in the gas chambers along with the rest of the Jews. Right, Raspberry? Come. What you see outside? Raspberry wants to go outside. She sees the people outside, right? Well, Raspberry's not out there. She wants to go out. She smells cats and dogs, and so she wants to go, you know? Anyway, two cannot exist at once. Sometimes two can exist at once, but not in this situation, right? Not in this situation. Open your mind. And oh, there's another guy that I want you guys to look at. His name is Mansour Ashgar. Yeah. And he's an Israeli Arab Bedouin He's an Israeli Arab Bedouin. You can go, and he has been in the special forces.
Let me give you this.
He's been in the special forces in Israel. He's a Bedouin. He will explain to you about what's going on the ground within Israel. You can watch his videos. It's fascinating. And there are different places and different ways you can get your information, which are unbiased and which are truthful and which are not propaganda, right? It's just unbelievable to me that there's no self-awareness to people who are pro-Palestine. Like, they tell me that, how can I be pro-Trump? How can I be pro-Trump as a Jewish woman? That's what they ask me. How can I be pro-Trump? Because Trump is pro-Israel, fully pro-Israel. He did the Abraham Accords. He's trying to make normalization between Saudi Arabia, all these countries that don't like us, trying to make peace in the Mideast between us, trying to obliterate war. He's good for the Jewish people. He's pro-Israel. He loves people. He loves humanity. You know, he's a good man. Trump is a good man. He is pro-Israel. His daughter is Jewish. He has Jewish grandkids. How can you, as a Jewish woman, like Trump? He's pro-Israel. Openly pro-Israel. Kamala Harris, she snubbed Netanyahu. That's what you call somebody who likes Jews? Kamala Harris likes Jews? Okay, she's married to a Jew, but she's married to a self-hating Jew. That woman who is condemning Israel on a daily basis, like, oh, you're doing genocide in Gaza. She is feeding you propaganda against me as a Jewish person, causing my life to be in danger here in Israel, and all Jewish people's lives in the USA to be in danger because of her dangerous anti-Semitic rhetoric and her defamation of Jews and defamation of the Israeli state and the defamation of Israel, no, I'm sorry. You got it all twisted, woman. You got it all twisted. Everything is upside down. You're a walking fucking paradise. Paradox. Not paradise. I don't mean to curse, but you're a walking paradox. You're a walking paradox. You cannot be a terrorist lover. You cannot like people who want to murder and decimate the entire Jewish nation and like Jewish people at the same time. It does not work. Anyway. Yeah. So, again, for those of you who do not like Jews and are pro-Palestine, you can get off my channel, unsubscribe. I'm happy to be demonetized. I'm going to stand for the truth. I'm going to stand up for my people. I'm going to stand up for what I believe. And any of you who have a problem with that can go away. And those of you who support me, thank you. And I will continue to do personal readings for you on my channel without being biased and without being racist. And I will continue my political readings, and that's that. So, have a great day, and this has been I had to get this off my chest because it really, really bothered me. Anyway, have a great day, and perhaps I will do live readings for those of you who deserve to be read. Okay? And it really gives me lots of pleasure to read for you, and I appreciate that you allow me to read for you as well. And those of you who want biased readings, you can go to other people. Because there are many tarot readers out there that they make predictions which don't come true, and they continue reading and people follow them. I take pride in the truth. I take pride in reading the energy, that which I receive from the cards, regardless of whether I like somebody or not. Yes, I have my opinions, but that's where I stand, and I'm proud. And I'm proud to be Jewish, and I'm proud to be Israeli, and I'm proud to stand with the state of Israel. I'm proud to stand with the IDF, our most bravest soldiers who are protecting my ass as I sit in my house from those who wish to destroy me and to slit my throat and to rape my body. That's who these people are. That's who these Islamic extremist Muslim terrorists are. They have no respect for women, and these IDF soldiers are the most bravest, toughest soldiers in the entire world who are protecting me as I sit in my house and give you lectures. Anyway, and keeping me safe. And God bless Israel, God bless America, and those who seek to destroy us, God damn you. Have a great day. Bye.